Hi, fifth graders. So, in social studies, we have been talking about how people modify their environment. And so today we're going to talk about another example of modifying the environment. We are going to be focusing on the Erie Canal. Okay, so you are looking at a map of the United States, and I am going to zoom in a little bit so you can see New York. Do you see New York? Put your finger on it. Now, I'm going to zoom in a little bit more, and I'd like you to take your finger and slowly go northward along that river. You can see the Blue River, that's the Hudson River, and go all the way up to Albany. Now, go directly west from Albany. There is no river this time. Go directly west from Albany all the way over to Buffalo, New York. Do you see Buffalo, New York? It's right on the eastern tip of Lake Erie. Okay, so one finger on Albany and one finger on Buffalo. This is where we created the Erie Canal. It started way back in 1817. It used to be if you were traveling, if people or goods were traveling from the Atlantic Ocean up to Albany on a boat and then over to Buffalo, to get your goods from Albany to Buffalo, you would have to put them in a wagon. Well, that took a long time. You had to go through the Appalachian Mountains. It took a long time. Sometimes it would take 15 to even 45 days, and it was very expensive. Could be up to about $125 per ton to move your goods across the land in a wagon. So people decided to create a canal so you could take your goods or people across water. It was faster and it was cheaper. Actually, it was a lot faster. It would only take 9 days to travel by boat across the Erie Canal from Albany to Buffalo, and it would only cost about $6 per ton. Let's talk a little bit more about moving people and goods from New York City and the Atlantic Ocean to Lake Erie. And the first thing we're going to do is start with a song. This is one of my favorite songs from when I was a child. It's called the Erie Canal Song. Canals were man-made waterways, and they pulled boats that we called barges. And the barges would carry the goods like coal and hay and lumber. Now, these barges were pulled by mules, and the mules walked along the side of the canal on what they called a tow path, because the mule would tow the barge. So sit back and enjoy the song and sing along if you know it.
I've got a mule, her name is Sal. 15 miles on the Erie Canal. She's a good old worker and a good old pal. 15 miles on the Erie Canal. We've hauled some barges in our day, filled with lumber, coal, and hay. And every inch of the way we know, from Albany down to Buffalo. Low bridge, everybody down. Low bridge, for we're coming to a town. And you'll always know your neighbor, you'll always know your pal, if you've ever navigated on the Erie Canal. If you've ever navigated on the Erie Canal.
services from New York and the Atlantic Ocean north up the Hudson River to Albany, across the canal to Buffalo, and then on to Lake Erie. Of course, once it got to Lake Erie, it could get to even to our home state of Ohio. The Erie Canal was 363 miles long. It was 40 feet wide, which is about twice the width of our classroom, and it was only 4 feet deep. It was expanded maybe 20 years later after it was completed to 70 feet wide and 7 feet deep, but it eventually became outdated because railroads were built and there was another bigger canal called the New York Barge Canal that was even wider and deeper, and that one made a lot more sense. Okay, more. Let's go back to slide 2. Here we go. Sing along with me.
I've got a mule, her name is Sal. 15 miles on the Erie Canal. She's a good old worker and a good old pal. 15 miles on the Erie Canal. We've hauled some barges in our day, filled with lumber, coal, and hay. And every inch of the way we know, from Albany down to Buffalo. Low bridge, everybody down. Low bridge, for we're coming to a town. And you'll always know your neighbor, you'll always know your pal, if you've ever navigated on the Erie Canal. If you've ever navigated on the Erie